Gibson.
Uncle Sam says, we want you to vote for Chris Gibson.
Go Gibson! Go Gibson! Go Gibson! Go Gibson! Go Gibson! Go Chris! Go Chris! Chris Gibson!
We just watched the election. Thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How are you?
Hi. Nice to see you. Thanks very much for your opportunity. Thanks very much, Chris Gibson. Nice to see you. Appreciate it. Bob Ryan. Dutch? Josh. Josh. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Chris Gibson. Eric Parker.
It's my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you our next congressman from the 20th Congressional District, Chris Gibson.
And what we need to do is really to listen. We need to listen every day to small business owners and their employees because they give us the way ahead. You know, it's not going to come from Washington, D.C. The solutions aren't going to be down there. It's certainly going to not be that behemoth bureaucracy down there that's going to save us. What we're going to need to do is remove impediments to growth. And here today we heard about taxes. And, you know, right with Kathy, this is which so many of our small businesses in the 20th District are an S-Corp. And what that means is that if these taxes, the people's tax cuts of 01, 03, if they sunset, this is going to hit this business square right where it counts. And we're already hearing how much they're struggling, and that is going to be a devastating impact on their profitability, on their bottom line. We can't let that happen. We've got to preserve the people's tax cuts of 01, 03. Tort reform because of how it will address malpractice insurance costs and also help us combat the defensive medicine practices, the excessive testing that's done for fear of being sued for malpractice. So that's the kind of reform. It's not going to solve all. It won't be a panacea to our healthcare system, but it will begin to control costs and drive costs down. And that's exactly what businesses need right now. We need to be empathetic with the state of small business. We need to understand how their profitability is adversely impacted every day by tax regulation and healthcare costs and take positive action to remove impediments to growth. We'll begin to grow our economy, and when we do, we'll be able to expand, recapitalize, hire new workers. We'll begin to move towards a balanced budget. So I will tell you that's what this campaign is all about, and the gentleman over here on my left knows that full well. His leadership. He brought that approach to New York City at a time you think of before he took office, and you think about the state of the city. My wife, this is before we started dating, she lived in New York City. She can tell you firsthand. And, you know, that was a period in New York City's history where the city was rife with crime, and the economy there was underperforming, and people were moving out of New York City in droves. But leadership can make a difference. Leadership can make a difference. And Mayor Giuliani, during his time, he lowered taxes, he cut regulations, and he cleaned up that city. And look at where we are today, and we owe so much. And then you look at his performance, his leadership after 9/11, and that horrific attack that hit New York City, that hit the Pentagon, that took that plane down in Pennsylvania. But this was a man that rose to the occasion, and in a time when we needed leadership, he was there, and he was there for all of us. And we appreciate that. It's a great honor to have you with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thanks for having us here. Thank you very much. Thank you. But I got up early this morning so I could get here on time. I'm very enthusiastic about Chris's candidacy. This is a man who served his country. It's a man who understands this district really, really well. And it's a man who'll do, when he's in Congress, exactly what he's doing now. Coming and visiting businesses like this to find out, you know, what are the problems, what can I solve, how can I help you? This is the way, as Chris pointed out, you bring an economy back. Winning here will go a long way in changing the leadership of the Congress. It'll give you a much better member of Congress. It'll give you somebody that understands what you need. It'll also give us a chance to have a stop to this movement that has been so far in one direction that it's really frightening. And I'm counting on the people of this district to be able to really deliver and understand that. This country needs it. We cannot wait until 2012 to reverse the damage done by the most anti-business administration in our history. They want to do a lot more damage to us, and the only way we're going to stop it is to kick Nancy Pelosi out and be able to block what they want to do in the United States House of Representatives and replace it with a pro-business, pro-private sector, pro-individual method of dealing with the problems of this country. So that's why I'm here on Chris's behalf, and I urge everyone to support him. Thank you very much.